Hey loves, it is Najah. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. I'm coming to you guys with some things that have been transpiring with me and why I haven't necessarily been as consistent on my channel like I would really necessarily like to be. There's a lot that has been going on in my life, and I figured because I have gotten so much love and so much support so quickly and so fast, I thought that you guys deserved to know why, if you subscribed, you haven't been getting some videos. It's gonna be a lot that I'm talking about, very heavy subjects, very personal subjects, but I decided that I'd go ahead and come forward and talk about these things on my channel. So first things first, I had gotten a new job, and so I hadn't been working when I was making my videos before, so it was kind of easier. I was staying at home, and so it was kind of easier for me to just kind of upload whenever I felt like it. Now it's kind of like, it's not necessarily I have an excuse to or not to, but with me working in my schedule, it just hasn't, time, and by the time I get off and all of that, it just didn't I've just been all over the place. And you're like, girl, you still got weekends. Yeah, I do, but I have my side hustles and I be doing my photography and everything else. So it's just, it has been a lot that I have been dealing with that on uploading and trying to keep my schedule together and trying to still balance my personal home life and being married. As many of you guys know that I am married and I am only 21, but I still believe that I should be investing in my marriage, doing the things that married people should do, and adhering to my husband and everything else. So that's all stories within itself. But I just wanted to come and be kind of real about some things that have recently transpired. I didn't share with you guys yet on this channel, but on the other channel I did talk about infertility and finding out that I'm kind of having trouble conceiving. Not necessarily that me and Jacob were trying to conceive. We weren't preventing it, but we weren't trying. And after a while, I was like, there should be no reason why I'm not conceiving right now. This is kind of weird. And I was on Depo-Provera for about 2 to 3 years, and once I got off of Depo, I got off of Depo about a month before Jacob and I had gotten married, just because I started doing my research and found some things about how women, it took maybe some years for them to, or a couple months to years for them to conceive. And so I went on and stopped because I wanted to try and get my regulation back and my cycle back. Sorry guys, TMI. But I wasn't having a cycle when I was on Depo-Provera, and I wanted to be able to get my cycle back, get back into that, to be able to actually track when I was ovulating and all that different stuff. Got off of Depo. Didn't have a cycle until about a year after I had gotten off, and that was after I was given medication to even jumpstart my cycle, and found out that I was in immense pain, and I did not understand why. I was just to the point where I was in a fetal position, could not get up, and come to find out that sometimes women that were on Depo-Provera, it would kick them into endometriosis. They would have fibroids and ovarian cysts, and ding ding ding, your girl is going through it all. That within itself is a whole nother thing. Just my mood and emotions and dealing with trying to I guess cope with the pain and what's physically happening to my body and the whole idea of possibly not even being able to conceive. It was just overwhelming, and put me and kicked me into a depression. I was really depressed. Like I said, it wasn't like I was trying, but I wasn't preventing. And so, I felt like, I'm married. If it happens, it happens. We'll be happy. And then it kind of capped on to going into, okay, now that I'm not, now I really do want it. And everyone around me that wasn't trying to get pregnant was getting pregnant. It was left and right. Everybody's having babies. Really got to me, and kicked me into a depression. I wouldn't want to get up. I really wasn't eating. Hence, I lost some weight. I got the marriage weight, okay? And I had ended up losing it because, I wasn't eating. I was sleeping a whole lot. It was a time where I just felt like I was alone. And granted, Jacob is a male, and so men don't necessarily, I don't want to say they don't care, because they do. However, because their bodies aren't physically going through it, Jacob was like, I don't get it. Like, babe, just get up, like, you're fine. Like, I'm not worried about children. We shouldn't be worried about children right now. We're young. And it wasn't even necessarily the fact that I shouldn't be worried about it. It was more of the fact that my body isn't doing what it's supposed to do. I could have prevented this without taking Depo. I started to blame myself for a little bit and start really looking down on myself. And I wasn't keeping up with myself, because if you guys know me, I was all about makeup and hair and the wigs and everything else. And I just got to a place where I was not wearing makeup. I was not taking care of myself. And not saying that you guys, that's needed in order to be beautiful or anything like that, because that's not the case whatsoever. It was a part of me, and I loved it, and I did it, and it was my therapy. I loved doing all of that. But I stopped. I was just down, and I didn't feel the need to. I didn't feel like I wanted to. It hit heavy with me. And then I finally decided to open up and share. I shared some with a few couple people that were close to me, and I let them know, because I stopped hanging out with people. I stopped going places because I was depressed. I did not want to do anything. I physically did not feel like, I just didn't feel like it. What I decided was to go ahead and share with people, to my friends, close friends that I had, to let them know that it was not them, that it was me and what I was going through, and that, if I ever denied them, I don't want, because I felt like I was pushing them away, because they would ask me to hang out, and they, I would say no, I'm kind of busy, knowing I really wasn't. I'm still kind of getting out of that mood. I'm still trying to rush myself back into society. YouTube was a way for me to kind of get myself out of that funk, and that's why I was uploading those videos and up until I got my job. Fast forward couple, maybe a week too, I don't want to say a week or two later, but after being in that funk, I also had to deal with my younger sister and her depression, and her wanting to commit suicide. Thank God that nothing actually went through and happened, but she has taken care of herself since then. It really got to me. It is, sorry. It is so hard to see someone that you care about and that you love go through it. Because it's one thing when you're going through it, but when you see someone else that you care about and that you love, it hurts to know, because you know how it feels, you know what it's like, that it's not just something you can get over, because it's literally, depression is a chemical imbalance in your brain, and You can't really necessarily do too much about it. You know, people say that, you know, yes, getting up and showering and doing your hair and doing things will actually help push you out. It does help, but it doesn't always. You can't always just get up. It's not something that you can just turn on and off, because trust me, people that deal with depression would. And a lot of people don't understand it. A lot of people just are like, you know, well, I don't get it. You know, how are so many people depressed? Why is it that this is transpiring? There's no necessary, like, real answer. And a lot of people want to say, well, you know, people who are depressed just need God. I am saved. I love Jesus, okay? My younger sister, she's saved. She loves Jesus. Yes, you can pray about it. Yes, you can pray through it. Yes, God helps a lot. But when you're going through that and you're feeling that, in that time, what you're feeling is so surreal. Even if you know deep down inside that there is no reason for me to be sad, and there is, I don't want to say there's no reason, but there is no reason for me to sit here and sulk. And you know that you need to get up. You know that you need to be out there. You know that you need to do something. But in that moment, when you're going through that, it feels so real. It feels like the world is against you, that nothing can help. You listen and you try and you want to stop, and you want to stop feeling like this. But for some reason, you just can't. I wanted to come and I wanted to talk about just depression with people and young girls, young guys, whoever's watching. As taboo as people may try to make you feel, don't let them. People are going to try to tell you what you should do and how you should do it. And if they don't have a license, like a counseling license, I just say push it off, especially if it's not beneficial to you. If it's just like them saying, you know, well, there's no reason for you to be, just knock it off, you know, why are you, there's no you know, if it's all of that, don't. I decided that basically what I want to do is I want to create a platform for women to come together, talk about life, talk about situations, whether it's infertility, depression, you know, friendship problems. I want to create a safe space for women to come together and to be able to be a support system for each other. I'm in the process of making that work. And I'm in the process of getting together with some other women to come together and talk and maybe do like a conference where young girls, women, everybody come together and we all get together and just talk about life and talk about our emotions and talk about what we're going through and, you know, pray for each other, for people to feel safe to come and actually speak about what they're going through without feeling like people are judging them, without feeling like people are pointing the finger and telling them how they should feel and how they should act. I don't know where this is gonna start. I don't know how this is gonna start. I don't know if anyone's even interested in being in something like this. When I figure out when I'm going to do the meeting and where I'm gonna do the meeting and, you know, how it'll be, I will let you guys know and inform you guys on that. That's my next project and what I'm working on. I want to be able to make this a full-time thing. I want to be able to really invest in women and ministering, because I know ministering is something I'm supposed to do. I love talking to people. I love entertaining. I love helping. And I love teaching. And as many of you guys probably didn't know, I have taught elementary teaching though. I taught for about 4 years, but this will allow me to teach. I'll also be able to share my story and be able to have women look at someone and other women that I'll bring with me to talk and see that they are going through these same things and that there are other women that understand and that there are other women that are willing to help you get through what you're going through. I'm just trying to figure out where God wants me. I know where He wants me. I know what He wants me to do. I just have to sit still and listen to Him and see where He is guiding me. Love you guys. Thank you for the support. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't, go ahead and click that subscription button. Comment. Let me know what you guys think. You know, are you going through something? If you are, let me know and I'll pray for you guys. I love you guys so much.